Hi, in this video, I'm going to walk you through installing the Java JDK and also installing NetBeans as your IDE. So if you want to type in oracle.com and go there, or you can Google for it. Once you're on here, then I'll show you how to get there. It's a little bit confusing from the main page, but I think the easiest way is to search for it. So if you were to do like, just search for Java JDK download. And that will take you right to the download page here. Okay, this is much faster. All right, but if you were on the Oracle page, then you can click on the menu here, and then the drop down, select the downloads, highlight that, and go all the way to Java, and then all Java downloads. Okay, you'll be presented with a little different screen, but you can go and say, click on the Java SE, and that will take you back to the same place where we saw earlier. Okay, so once you're here, you're presented with two options. You can install the JDK itself, or you can install the NetBeans along with the JDK all at once. So if you want your NetBeans to be your IDE, then you can do that by downloading this file. It's a much larger file because they're combined together. If you install separately, then you can install the Java JDK, and then the NetBeans IDE is over here on the right side. So you can download this separately as well. I happen to download it separately. I'm not sure why, but I did that. So just to make sure that if you do download separately, you want to make sure you install the JDK first, okay? Because the NetBeans will require that you already have the JDK installed. Otherwise, it cannot proceed. Okay, so once you download these two files or these files, go ahead and install and follow the installation process. And then you should be able to see, so here's the JDK and the NetBeans. So after you install both of them, then if you go into your C drive, under the program files, you will see a folder called Java. Okay, if you don't see it, unless you install it somewhere else, make sure you find this Java folder. And then you should see two folders. One is JDK, one is JRE. Okay, the one that we want to look at is the JDK. This is for the example of in the book where you will be compiling your code using the command prompt. Okay, so make sure you know where it is. So again, here, if you double click it, inside the bin folder, the binary folder, is where those two files are located. The first one here is the Java. This is your interpreter. And then you have the Java C is the compiler. Okay, so you want to make sure you know the location of this bin folder to execute your file. Okay, and I'll come back to this in a bit. All right, so once you install NetBeans, and then you should have an icon on your desktop if you select the option. So here's NetBeans. So I'm gonna go ahead and open NetBeans, and the latest version is 8.2. All right, so you'll be presented with this start page. Again, if you don't want to see this like Eclipse, if you want to see this welcome page, you can turn it off by unchecking this checkbox here, show on startup. Just uncheck it and then close it, so next time you won't see that again. Okay, once you do that, you may see like I see here, you may not, or yours might be something like this. Okay, with a different screen or different layout. Let's see why mine is so different. Let me see if I can fix these. Yeah, I don't really use NetBeans, so don't forget how to set up the files. But you will see that it looks very similar to the Eclipse. So here on the screen, the left here, you see is where you have your project files. Let me if I do this. Project. Okay, project files. In here you will have another window here where you'll be doing your coding, your typing, and then below here is where your console will be displayed. So let's go ahead and create a new project. You create a new project, you can do a right click just like Eclipse, new project, or you can click this plus yellow folder here to create a new project as well. This is for creating a new file. We are interested in creating a new project first, so go ahead and create a new project, and then the type of project is going to be the Java project. Okay, not JavaFX, just Java. And click next, and it's going to ask you where do you want to store your project. So by default, it's going to store inside my documents folder under a folder called NetBeans projects, and I'll keep that as it is. Okay, so you can change it and move it somewhere else, that's fine, but I'll keep it as it is. And then the name of your project. So again, I'll just call my project as my first Java. All right, everything you can accept everything as is. Notice down here we have it's going to create a main class, and the first name here you see it's all in lowercase. It says my first Java dot my first Java. Okay, the first part here is called the package name. And if you notice, if you remember, if you view the video about Eclipse, it asks you when you create a project whether you should create a package or not. Okay, so here I will leave this as is. So we have a package, so you can kind of see the difference between one with a package, one without a package. Okay, so we're going to create that class and just click finish. Okay, so here we have it. We have a project along with a class called my first Java. And if you notice that in Eclipse, it does not have this file. You have to do it separately, right? We create an empty project, it's a project shell, and then we have to create a class separately. Here in NetBeans, you can actually create all both of those at once, so which is kind of cool. Okay, so you can see the project folder structure looks like this. Again, this library is the JRE library. Again, do not delete these or do not alter these files. I just leave them here. Your source files will be in the source packages. If you want to see the files, the actual file structures, you can click the Files tab, and you see the actual files that look like on your Window Explorer. Okay, so you see the inside the SRC folder. You have a package name. Again, a package is nothing more than another subfolder called my first Java, and that's this guy right here. Okay, so and then if you expand that folder, you'll see the actual source file, my first Java.java, which is this file. Okay, so if you have another class you want to add to this package, then you want to include this line number 6 to that file, so that the program knows that all your classes are on the same package, and then you can access those other classes as well. But we'll do some of those later on. So for now, here is my first Java file. Again, if you were to compile this, you probably won't see anything. It's very similar to Eclipse. If you click on this run button here, it's going to run and it will present it with the console here. There's nothing there. Okay, so let's just go ahead and add another line in here like we did like in the book. I can say a system. Again, it also has the IntelliSense or the helper here to help you just in case if you forget, or it presents you with all these different options that you can use. Okay, so we want the system out, not the in, we want the out. Dot print. You can do print or print line ln. I use print, just print for now. And we'll say hello world and save. And then run. So we'll see is hello world. Again, notice you see the green line here. It starts right after the word world because we use the print. A print does not give you a carriage return. That's why it keeps displaying this text right there after the world here. But if you want to change it to ln, print len or print line, then you will see that the green line moves to the a new line. Okay, so that's the difference between the print and print ln. All right, so this is your IDE if you want to use NetBeans. Again, if you remember, if you watched the other video about Eclipse, they look very identical. Okay, again, if you have any questions, please do send me email or post a message on Blackboard.